Welcome into WagerTalk TV. I am Drew Martin, joined by Marco in Vegas on Twitter, Marco D'Angelo from WagerTalk.com, and at @BLeonardSports. That's Brian Leonard from WagerTalk.com as well. And guys, we're talking a little NFL here. Philadelphia Eagles, Buffalo Bills. Bills laying 2 at home, 43.5 the total. Marco, start off with you. What are you thinking here with the Eagles and Bills?
Well, I think there's going to be a little bit of an overreaction to Buffalo's scare for a while last week against Miami. You look at that game, they're coming out of their bye week. They went into the bye on a roll, 5-1 on the season, and then you're coming out, you're going to play the Miami Dolphins, who've been absolutely atrocious this year. I just think they looked right past Miami last week and had that flat spot. Give them credit. They went in at halftime, woke up, come out, played a good second half. And this is one of the best defenses in the NFL this year. And I'm going to look at this Philadelphia team. Right now, they're in a tough spot. Philadelphia, this is going to be their third straight road game, 4 of the last 5 weeks on the road, and they still have problems in that secondary. The secondary's had injuries this year, and, Dallas looked like, Dallas made them look bad. Granted, it was a quick 14-0 game last week because of the 2 turnovers. But then, once Philadelphia settled down, they still had no answer for stopping Dallas. I like this Buffalo team. You look at the defense for Philadelphia, they've only held one opponent this year to under 24 points. That one opponent was the Jets with Luke Falk. I think me, you, and Drew.
No.
Did you see Luke Falk? Come on, he's not going to connect.
Not even 30 years ago.
But this is a spot where I think we're going to see the real Buffalo Bills. I think they're one of the most improved teams in the NFL this season. I like them. I'm on them. I'll go ahead. And another concern, the secondary's been bad for Philadelphia, but the last 2 weeks they've given up over 300 yards rushing. The last 2 weeks, opponents combined. Buffalo's rushed for over 100 yards in every game this year. I think Buffalo is going to be able to dominate both lines scrimmage offensively and defensively, and that gets us a win in this one, in my opinion.
Yeah, and controlling the clock there at home, the short favorite. Marco's on it. Do you agree with him, Brian?
I agree with him, and I can't say that very often. Marco and I tend to butt heads a little bit, but he's right here. And you take a look at the way Philadelphia played the other day. Granted, I had Philadelphia against Dallas. I thought it was a bargain at 3, and yeah, it was a bargain at 3. It's more of a bargain at 2.5 when the Dallas bettors were able to lay that. Philadelphia just can't, at this point, they can't protect the quarterback. And now you're going up against the defense, and the Buffalo Bills has just been tremendous in that regard. Talk about the Eagles. I think a lot of this is the perception coming into the season. Now, the Eagles have battled injuries all season long, which they've had for the last couple of years, actually. And coming into the season, a lot of people picked the Eagles to go to the Super Bowl. I was one of them. I thought this was a team that was a nice bounce-back candidate this year. And you can take a look at their schedule so far. They have a win against Washington, a team that's had 1 win on the season. They got a win against the Jets, a team who has 1 win on the season. And they beat the Packers in a game that they were outgained by 155 yards. They didn't deserve that victory. It was turnover abated. Buffalo on the season, their only loss is to the undefeated New England Patriots. Right. And in that game, they outgained the Patriots by 151 yards. It was turnovers that really did them in there. So you're looking at New England this year, and granted, New England's played the easiest schedule in the NFL. We say that every week, but yet New England continues to find spots which are bad spots, and they continue to dominate. This New England team is for real. I don't care who they're playing. And Buffalo gave them their only game, really, they've played all season long. I thought this line was going to go the other way. We're sitting at 2 right now. I thought it was probably going to go 3.5, but it hasn't. And I'm with Marco. I like Buffalo here. Philadelphia's a team. I've given them so many chances in the past. They got less of a week. Obviously, they played on Sunday Night Football, so a little bit less time to prepare. And as you mentioned, Buffalo last week, you knew they were looking past Miami a little bit. When Philadelphia had that big game, coming into the season, it was Dallas-Philadelphia. Who's going to win that division? So that was their biggest game of the season. And to lay the egg that they did on national TV, I'm really surprised that anybody's betting Philadelphia at this point.
Brian, good stuff. And Marco, just a real quick question here on this total. Talking about, Buffalo being able to control the clock, keep the ball on the ground. And like Brian was saying, Philadelphia banged up on the O-line. Protecting the quarterback has been an issue. And wide receivers kind of banged up as well. I don't think they've looked as good as in years past throwing the football. Do you guys lean under here, 43.5?
Well, you look, the problem is as bad as Philadelphia's defense is. They're total opposites. Buffalo's defense is so good. They haven't allowed anybody other than last week to Miami in that game that was their flat spot. You go back the other 5 games in the season, 17 points or less every game. They've dominated every opponent, and that includes the New England Patriots that they held to 17 points. Yeah, if Buffalo gets the lead, I think they run the football and shorten the game. So definitely, if I played the game, I would play the under with Buffalo. Okay. Correlated parlay to me. It's Buffalo and under or Philly and over.
I think it's Buffalo regardless.
Oh, it's definitely Buffalo.
Yeah,
yes.
I think Buffalo. We talked about the Philadelphia defensive backs haven't stopped anybody. Even it's a broken plays from the offense for Buffalo can do that. When you get a quarterback that scrambles a little bit. We've seen that so many times where you got a receiver out there running wild.
Right.
And I could see that happen at least once this game.
Great stuff, guys. Good content. B. Leonard Sports on Twitter. He's Brian Leonard. And at Marco in Vegas on Twitter. That's Marco D'Angelo, both from WagerTalk.com. And guys, remember, $9 Monday at WagerTalk.com and SportsMemo.com. All daily packages for Monday's action are only $9, including any 5% best bets normally priced at $40.